Hello guys and welcome back. Today I have a pretty exciting list to share with you today. I've had a lot of success with this. Out of the 20 so games I've played, I've lost I think 3. So one of those is recorded, one of the losses, and a few of the wins. But this is what the deck runs. We're running 2 Dawn of Hopes. You all know that card. 3 Elderspells, so overpowered. I can't even begin to describe how overpowered this card is. 3 Desparks, great card. Great for clearing out Planeswalkers, great for clearing out any finishers that decks might have, etc. Couple treasure maps. We're down on treasure maps compared to our old list because we needed room to fit other things. We run 2 Davriel Rogue Shadowmage to close. It's one of the cards we close the game out with. It's extremely potent. You're not using the -1 too often, but at endgame, when it starts getting towards fatigue and you drop this, then taking 2 damage a turn is a way to win the game without any creatures. We run 2 Cry of the Carnariums because aggro, and more aggro. Do I need to say more? 2 Orzhov Usurpers because, again, we can clean the game out with her. I've already explained in another video why I think she's a very powerful card, so I won't explain it anymore. 4 Mortifies because it's a very solid removal card. 2 Oath of Kaias, another way to clear the game out. And also it's a removal card for 3. We gain life, and we gain more life off of it because we almost always get value out of its second ability. At least 4 to 6 damage and 4 to 6 life almost every time. So we won 1 Profane Procession because, again, another very underrated card. Running too many of them in a deck can be clunky, but if you run just 1, it ends up being very helpful sometimes. And when you combine Profane Procession with Kaya, Bane of the Dead, then that allows you to target their creatures with hexproof. So like Carnage Tyrants and things like that, we can still take care of with Profane Procession. We run, and this is a very important piece of this deck, I'll get to that later. We run 4 Vraska's Contempts, 4 Kaya's Wraths, 2 Eldest Reborns, mostly bringing our own stuff back, but sometimes theirs. We run 1 Ob Nixilis, the Hate Twisted. It's a little expensive for what it is. That's why we only run 1, but it can be great for clearing out games as well, with the added emergency power of destroying something if we have no other choice. We run 2 Kaya, Bane of the Dead, probably one of my favorite cards in this set. Basically what it does is it allows, it's kind of like the land that makes it to where you can target hexproof creatures. This is a planeswalker that does that, so we do not have to run that land. And we don't have a slot for that land. I'll explain that here in a little bit as well. But basically you can exile 2 creatures with this before it's dead. So you exile 2, and then if we play Elderspell, we put the counters back on her generally. Then we have a splash of lands to make this work, except for the only additions that need to be talked about is we do run 1 Arch of Orazca, sorry, I can't say it, and 2 Blast Zones. Blast Zone is a very powerful card. Now, what I found with this card is if you're running up against very aggressive, like mono white, mono red, etc. decks, it's really not. It comes with 1 counter, and it's really not hard to get 1 more counter on it. So it kind of gives you like an emergency board clear to take care of really early aggro decks. So without blabbing anymore, I'm going to play a few games and let you guys see them for yourself. Sorry, this one took a little bit of time to explain, but it's kind of got a lot going on, and I wanted to make sure I was very clear about what everything does in the deck. Hope you enjoy. So Dawn of Hope and Mortify in the starting hand, not too bad. Our opponent thinking very hard about what he wants to do on his first turn. He takes a mulligan, and it goes down to 6. Throw the Painland in tap. Use this opportunity to play our Dawn of Hope. We don't have any other play we would make during his turn, so that's fine. So, Simic Colors and an Explore card. We can expect some Hydroid Crises probably during this match. So let's make sure we have Vraska's open for things such as that. this is a pretty good cry opportunity, although we can just make a token and block one of their creatures, so we're debating on which of those two options we would like to do. We decide to hold off and create a token. Maybe get a little bit of extra value out of our cry this turn. Got Eternal Kefnet is new. Growth Chamber Guardian, yep. Pretty standard stuff so far from our opponent. I think it's best we just hold off and keep open a Mortify or perhaps another token. Our opponent looking to be on the Growth Chamber Guardian plan. He still doesn't have lethal, so we're thinking we can kill one of these guys and draw a card. Kaya's Wrath is pretty good to see. Pretty decent board for our Kaya's Wrath. There's the Hydroid Crisis that we've been waiting for. So since he drew some cards, we will make him discard some cards and hopefully counterbalance what just happened. So one of the new Planeswalkers comes out. Pretty cool to see. Luckily we have a Despark in our hand. We also have the Elderspell, which seemed like the proper play. I wanna see the light. So we will lose our Planeswalker, but it will soak up 7 damage. Treasure Map is not the worst draw we could have had. We'll put a stop on the turn so we can use it. We'll block 5 of the damage, so we block 4 and gain 1. Oh, the Kaya is fine right here. Here's one of our new Planeswalkers that fit into an Orzhov control list very nicely. So we have one more turn to figure this out. It's all on our opponent's draw now, whether he can draw into 1 damage or not. We're making sure if we can activate the treasure map or not. We cannot in order to do what we want to do. You have to play the Eldest Reborn to get rid of that because it had hexproof. Could it be another Hideaway Crisis? He's counting mans. Oh no, final. Oh, he's choosing what he wants to grab out of his deck and play. Well, hopefully he doesn't have a haste creature. Alrighty, brings back this guy again. Profane Procession is perfect for this point in the game. And we draw the conceit out of our opponent. So this deck creates quite a lot of pressure with its removal. With the additions of the new Planeswalkers and the Elderspell, it's gotten some great removal additions. Throw the tap land in first. Alright, Fountain of Renewal. This is either going to be one of those life gain decks, or it's going to be one of the amass decks where they have the enchantment that makes them lose 1 health every turn. No play for us that turn. It's an interesting enchantment. We know it's going to come back to life, but that's okay. We still needed to eventually get rid of it. We wanted to save our Kaya's Wrath. He wasn't quite sure what he was going to play or do. Trying to get our opponent to commit a little more to the board than he has right now. It does look like he is very mana screwed at the moment. Hey, our opponent's finally into 4 land. We spend an Angel, something we don't want sticking on the board, so worthy of removal. Sorin Vengeful Bloodlord. And we draw the conceit out of our opponent. We'll play one more here just so you guys can kind of see how the deck works. Pretty simple, straightforward, not much to it. Our opponent on the life game plan, it looks like. Pretty standard stuff so far. We are on the not drawing into our land plan. So, pretty quick start for our opponent. We will see how this one works out for us. Although, if we draw another land, we can sacrifice our blast field to clear out all his 1-drops, which seems to be everything on the board besides the tokens. And we'll concede it. So we missed our land drop. And that was all she wrote. Usually like to play until I get 3 wins with a deck, so I just kind of start out playing, and if I lose, I lose, if I win, I win, and then when I get 3, I say okay, and I throw a video up. So it looks like we're on another life gain plan deck. We just lost the last one. Let's see if we fare any better luck in this one. We're pretty well set up to deal with these type of decks, so last game was kind of a fluke. Revitalize, interesting choice for a deck running Healer's Hawk and Liliana Vanguard. Sure. And goodbye everything. Our opponent looking a little confused after that one.
My heart rages around like an ocean in my head. I can almost feel you walking.
Looks like our opponent probably on some sort of budget life game list. That is unfortunate for him. And Tukai's Wrath is probably going to seal the deal for us. We feel okay at using all our tokens to play this because we can make him discard whatever he has in hand and force him to play whatever he draws each turn. Opponent goes face rather than to our Planeswalker, and then concedes. thank you for watching, everyone. I really do hope you enjoyed the video. It was a lot of fun playing this deck. It was a lot of fun making this deck. And I feel like it is a pretty strong contender for something I might run on ladder here pretty soon. So stay tuned to the future in case I end up playing some ranked with it. Like always, enjoy life. I'll see you next time.